In 1997, my husband and I came to the United States from France. We wanted better opportunities for our kids. We were French citizens, but undocumented immigrants in the U.S. We lived in St. Paul for 2 years. Because we didn't have a social security number or any proper documentation, it was really hard and difficult to find a job. We worked under the table as temporary workers for this agency, and every time the boss wanted to hire us, we had to find an excuse to say no, to protect ourselves, because we knew we were illegal aliens and were not supposed to be working. We're not ready, we would always tell them. Eventually, we had to quit for our safety. After that, we decided to move to Michigan to stay with our brother. He worked in a restaurant and offered us a job that didn't require documentation. I was a waitress, and my husband was a cook. Also, our kids were able to go to school because a social security number was not needed at that time. Social security was also not needed for a driver's license, but after 5 years, they started to require one. Again, I had to come up with excuses like, "Oh, I forgot my social security at home," over and over again until I spoke to someone who didn't ask for my social security number. I prayed so hard every day and every moment before driving because you never know what would happen. I prayed especially because I feared getting pulled over and for the police officers to search our names, for them to look into our paperwork and see that we didn't have any. Many things happened to us, but a police officer never did pull us over. I am so grateful that our ancestors were protecting and watching over us. But also, I could not buy my own car. I always had to ask others for help. And when I finally had my own car with the help of others, I got into an awful car accident. It wasn't my fault, but I couldn't sue them for it. I was powerless and had no voice because I was illegal. I couldn't do anything and I couldn't expose myself, so I had to stay silent. We wanted to do so many things so badly, but we couldn't. One of the hardest moments was when my eldest son graduated from high school. He was an A student and he wanted to continue to school, but couldn't because we were still undocumented. All I could do was cry. I felt so bad. He had to work in the restaurant for 4 to 5 years instead. One day, he touched a chemical, causing his hands to blister, and he couldn't get proper treatment because we had no medical insurance. To live without documentation meant living without health and life insurance. It meant having no rights. Being illegal, being undocumented, was like having nothing. After 12 years of being undocumented, we were fortunate enough to have someone sponsor us. We were finally able to apply for our green card, and my son and daughter were able to go to college. Even though they ended up going to college much later, and I felt guilty for this, my children were very understanding. I could deal with all the other many struggles in life, but this was the hardest. I know how hard life could be, and this is why I want to help others. I want to create a better place for everyone in any way I can. I feel that the Hmong community, especially married Hmong women such as myself, do not have our own space or an outlet to express ourselves, our feelings, or to relieve stress. This is why line dancing is so important to me. It's a space where we can come together, have a good time dancing and exercising, but also share our struggles and joys, focus on ourselves, and support one another. We are able to repurpose our hardship into good and positive energy. This is the one way I feel I can help the Hmong community, and I hope that it could offer a space of healing for others like it did for me. I hope to inspire other people who have been or is going through the same or worse situation as me. I hope that my story will strengthen people's minds. This experience as an undercover alien is the most challenging moment of my life. Throughout the hardship of life, I sometimes just wanted to give up on everything. But one voice was always there to keep me going. My deeper inner soul said, "Don't give up." I am thankful for all those good and bad experiences that made me become the person I am today. No matter how many mountains you will climb and how hard you will sweat, you must believe in yourself and never give up on your dreams.